Hi everyone. We are tasked to discuss to you the Asian regionalism. Our objectives is to differentiate between regionalization and globalization and identify the factors leading to a greater integration of the Asian region. Analyze how different Asian states confront the challenges of globalization and regionalization and COVID-19. So, before we start the discussion, let me first introduce myself to all of you. I am Kenny Roger and Cabaltera, and I'll be discussing to you the first 5 slides. So the term regions po in geography refers to areas that are distinguished by certain characteristics which can be physical, cultural, political, or economic. The first definition po suggests that regions are a group of countries located in the same geographically specified area. This is a common understanding po of the term often used in the context of geopolitical or cultural regions. For example, Southeast Asia is considered a region because it includes countries like Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, tas po yung Thailand, which are geographically proximate and share cultural and historical ties. The second naman po definition proposes that regions can be a combination of two regions. This is less common but possible, especially in the context of larger areas that encompass multiple smaller regions. For instance, Eurasia is a region formed by combining Europe and Asia. It's a way to describe a vast area that spans across two traditionally defined regions. Lastly naman po, the third definition expands po on the second, suggesting that regions can be a combination of more than two regions organized to regulate and oversee flows and policy choices. This can be interpreted in the context of supranational organization or economic zones where multiple regions come together to manage resources, trade, policies, or environmental concerns. An example could be the Arctic region, which involves multiple countries from different continents coming together to address issues unique to the Arctic, such as climate change and resource management. All these definitions reflect the multifaceted nature of the term regions in geography, emphasizing its flexibility and context-dependent usage. Regions can be defined in various ways depending on the specific characteristics and the purpose of the definition. They play a crucial role in understanding the spatial organization of the world and in addressing global challenges that require coordinated efforts across different areas. So, the passage discusses the concept of regionalism in the context of Asia, particularly focusing on how it manifests in political and economic initiatives. Regionalism is defined as a political ideology that favors the interest of a specific region over those of a larger area. This preference often stems from various factors such as political separations, religious differences, geographical boundaries, cultural disparities, linguistic variations, and managerial divisions within a region. The passage highlights two significant examples of regionalism in Asia. The number one is the ASEAN Plus 3 initiative. It was started in 1997. This initiative includes countries like Japan, South Korea, and China. The image mentioned, though it is not visible in the text, presumably shows the flags of these countries, symbolizing their participation in this regional initiative. The ASEAN Plus 3 initiative aims to enhance economic, political, and security cooperation among its member states, thereby promoting regional stability and growth. The number two naman is the APEC, which is the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation. This is a regional economic forum naman that has received strong support from the established to promote free trade and economic cooperation throughout the Asia-Pacific region. APEC serves as another example of regionalism. It focuses on creating policies and agreements that facilitate trade and economic development among its member economies. The passage po underscores that regionalism can be driven by both political and economic motivations. In the case of APEC, the primary focus po is on economic cooperation, while the ASEAN Plus 3 initiative encompasses a broader range of issues including political and security cooperation. Ang regionalization po is the process of dividing a larger area into smaller segments called regions po. This can involve po the division of a nation into states or provinces for administrative purposes, allowing for more localized governance. In an economic context naman po, regionalization po is used as a management tool to organize and enhance economic activities within specific regions, promoting trade and economic development. Overall po, regionalization helps in managing and organizing larger areas into more manageable units, whether for political administration or economic development. So, ang term na regionalism po refers to the political ideology or policy that emphasizes the interest of a particular region or group of regions. This can be at the level of states, province, or other administrative divisions. The concept po of regionalism is often seen as a counter-globalization movement, as regional organizations tend to prefer to work with their regional partners rather than with entities from the rest of the world. This can be seen in various regional organizations around the world po, such as yung European Union, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is the ASEAN, and the North American Free Trade Agreement, which is the NAFTA. These organizations prioritize regional cooperation and integration over global cooperation and integration. So, ang globalization po is the process of expanding and intensifying social relations and consciousness across the globe. Characterized po by increased trade, investment, and capital flows. It involves po yung mga rapid exchange of cultural products and ideas, driven in communication and transportation technologies. Political cooperation through international organizations further facilitates globalization, addressing po yung global issues and promoting interdependence among nations. Yung three main dimensions po of globalization is yung economic, cultural, and technological. Highlight its comprehensive impact on societies worldwide. In additional po, globalization has led to a decline in national sovereignty as countries engage more deeply in international affairs.
Good day, ma'am. My name is Kent John Bardonado, and my topic is all about the differences between regionalization and globalization. Ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba ng regionalization at ng globalization? Ito po ay ating tatalakayin. The nature of globalization promotes integration of economies across state borders all around the world. Ang globalization is all about connecting economies ng iba't ibang bansa. It promotes integration, meaning lahat ng countries nagwo-work together economically. Imagine na parang isang malaking network where states help each other grow. For example, products like gadget made in China can be easily be sold worldwide dahil sa globalization. The nature of regionalization divides an area into smaller segments. On the other hand, ang regionalization ay about dividing areas into smaller segments or regions. Parang mas localized ang focus nila, halimbawa, ASEAN countries, Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, working together instead of the whole world. Mas nakatutok sa sariling region lang kaysa sa global. The market of globalization allows many corporations to trade on an international level. It allows a free market. Dahil sa globalization, corporations have the opportunity to trade internationally. Ang free market system nito allows anyone to participate, meaning business have access to a largest audience or customers. For example, brands like Nike or Apple can sell their products globally without restrictions, kaya ang laki ng reach nila. While the market of regionalization, monopolies are more likely to develop. A monopoly is defined as one producer controlling the supply of a good or services, and where the entry of new producer is prevented or highly restricted. Sa regionalization naman, monopolies are more likely to develop kapag monopoly, isang producer lang ang may kontrol sa supply ng goods or services. So, limited ang competition kasi ang entry ng new business is often prevented or restricted. Isang example nito ay kapag may isang malaking company na sobrang dominant sa isang region, walang chance ang ibang small businesses. Cultural and societal relations. Globalization accelerates multiculturalism through the free and expensive movements of people, while the regionalization does not support multiculturalism. Globalization accelerates multiculturalism, ibig sabihin dahil sa free and expensive movements of people, mas madaling mag-mix ang iba't ibang cultures. Halimbawa, Filipinos working abroad bring their culture with them, and at the same time, they experience the culture of the country where they work. This leads to a better understanding among countries. While regionalization, in contrast, regionalization does not really support multiculturalism. Regions tend to focus on their own tradition and practices. Halimbawa, isang bansa o region might resist influence from outside para mapanatili nila ang sariling identity nila. Aid. Sa globalization, globalized international communities are more willing to aid countries stricken by disaster, while regionalization, a regionalized does not get involved in the affairs of others' areas. In the globalization, because of globalization, international communities are more likely to help countries affected by disasters. For example, during typhoon sa Pilipinas, maraming global organization like UN or Red Cross ang nagpo-provide ng aid dahil sa connected tayo sa globally. This shows how globalization fosters a sense of unity and cooperation. While regionalization, on the other hand, sa regionalization, ang focus ng isang area ay sarili nilang concern. Hindi sila gaanong nakikialam sa problems ng ibang regions. Halimbawa, kung isang bansa ay highly regionalized, hindi sila masyadong tumutulong sa ibang lugar unless sobrang related ito sa kanila. Our last is technological advances. Globalization has driven great advances in technology. While sa regionalization, advanced technology is rarely available in one country or region. Globalization has driven massive advances in technology. Dahil interconnected ang mga bansa, mas mabilis ang pag-share ng innovation. Halimbawa, yung mga bagong apps of softwares developed in the US can easily be used globally. Kaya sobrang bilis ng progress sa iba't ibang industries like medicine, communication, and education. While sa regionalization naman, advanced technology is usually limited to a specific country or region. Kung regionalized ang area, bihira nilang i-share ang technology nila sa ibang lugar, kaya mas mabagal ang progress compared sa globalization. May summary of our topic of the differences between regionalization and globalization. Globalization connects the world by promoting international cooperation, free trade, and cultural exchange. On the other hand, regionalization focuses on a specific area or regions, limiting their interaction with the rest of the world. Both have advantages and disadvantages, but globalization tends to promote unity and progress on a larger scale, while regionalization ensures that local traditions and markets are preserved. Thank you po.
My name is Chris Ryan Pebuena. The assigned topic for me is regional integration. Regional integration is the process by which two or more nation-states agree to cooperate and work closely together, achieve peace and stability. Pag sinabi po natin regional integration, ito po ay tumutukoy sa proseso kung saan ang mga bansa ay isang partikular na rehiyon ay nagkakaisa upang bumuo ng mga kasunduan sa pagpapalakas at pagtutulungan nila ng kanilang ugnayan sa ekonomiya at pagtataguyod sa politika. Madaming uri ng regional integration. Meron economic integration, pampolitikang integration, at panlipunang integration. The entire world is moving toward integrations. It is inevitable in Asia, and the Southeast Asian countries have already formed Asians Association of Southeast Asia's Nations. This regional power bloc appears to work fine. The member states fit very well together because of the following factors. Layunin nitong mapabuti at palakihin ang ekonomiya, palakasin at patatagan, at pahalagahan ang kapayapaan at pag-unlad ng isang rehiyon. Why do countries form regional associations? Military defense. NATO, or North Atlantic Treaty Organization, formed to protect Europe from the Soviet Union and Soviet Union's response in creating the Warsaw Pact. Economic crisis. Asian countries along with China, Japan, and South Korea establishing an emergency fund to stabilize Asian economies after Thai economies collapse. Resources. Countries need to pool their resources together to make themselves more powerful. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, rose in power when they took over domestic production and controlled crude oil prices across the globe. Pag sinabi natin economic crisis, ito yung sitwasyon kung saan nagkakaroon ng malubhang pagkagulo sa isang bansa o rehiyon. Sanhi nito ang pagtaas ng mga presyo ng bilihin or inflation, pagbaba ng halaga ng pera, kakulangan sa trabaho or unemployment, pagkawala ng tiwala sa ekonomiya. Protection of independence. The countries under the non-alignment movement are now refused to side with the capitalist Western Europe and North America or the communist Eastern Europe.
Good day. So I'll going to discuss the last part of our discussion, and I am Kevin Malapo. There are many factors that are leading the Asian region into greater integration. First, integration has been market-driven. So, unang-una muna, ano nga ba yung market-driven? What does it mean? Yung market-driven is allowing knowledge of the market, the customer needs, and customer desires to influence in business strategy. So, ibig sabihin, seeing the business and products from customers' point of view. And within Asia, there are a variety of systems, institutions, procedures, social relations, and infrastructures. So, itong mga to, isa to sa mga kinakailangan ng regional integration para maging successful yung tradings ng countries ng iba't ibang bansa na kasama sa ASEAN. They are put in a place for countries to engage in exchange. Formal institutions such as the Asian Development Bank or ADB were established. So ano nga ba yung Asian Development Bank? Ano nga ba yung purpose nito? Nagpo-provide siya ng loans, technical assistance, grants, equity investment, and para ma-promote yung social and economic development in Asia. yung social and economic development, ito naman yung about sa income, education, employment, and community safety and social support. So ayun lamang po. Maraming salamat. I hope na kahit papaano ay may naintindihan din po kayo.